We are.
Hell yeah.
Right, welcome back to the Part-Timers.
Oh god, I forgot I have the stream open, so I heard it twice.
Today, for our Friday stream, I will be the main player of this game.
The gamer of this game.
The gamer of our break day. And we're taking a hit in left field here. We're playing Long Live the Queen. A lot different from...
drastic change from the last stream.
Which is, pretty standard for most titles.
Just bear in mind that we're going to be going a little wild with the games that we have here. Right.
Because consistency is for bitches.
Without further ado, let's get on to this. So, do you guys know about this game?
I don't, and I'm afraid
not a whole lot, no.
Well, that question sparked confidence.
Well,
what about?
This game is, you play as this girl. This is your father, as you can see here. And we play as Elodie, the crowned princess. And what we're learning here right now is that, we are...
Yeah, man, that's hot.
Yeah. Man. So he's a real hottie. But anyways, we're learning here that our father here, Jocelyn, I believe is his name.
Yeah.
He's pulling us out of school and getting tutors for us as our mother has died. And we must become the queen of the land.
Hold on. Does that mean what I think it means, or is he just saying like we gotta step up to the crown?
We have to step up to the crown.
Okay.
We're not marrying him. He's just gonna be like, doesn't have any power, I believe, once we become queen. He's just like an advisor with extra steps. But we need to survive to our coronation, which just so happens to be around where our birthday is. And
what do you have to survive to coronation? What?
Well, you know, whenever there's a power hole, a power vacuum, people want to gain power, right?
I see.
Alright, she would not have wanted me to die and leave me. Who wants to be the king, by the way?
Are we gonna do voices? Oh,
should we?
Yeah.
Who wants...
Martin, how much does this king appear?
He's kind of a father figure, and it depends how much we decide to interact with him. But for this intro, he's pretty there.
Martin, would you perhaps like to be the king?
You know what? I'm gonna have to double task my attention here. Jocelyn, King Dowd. I like that name.
Yes.
So give me some context again. How old is this guy?
I would think he's in his 30s or 40s, as our main character here, Elodie, is going to be 15.
He doesn't look like it.
Of course.
No, she wouldn't. But sometimes bad things happen. We have to stick up, pick up, and carry on.
King.
Oh, did you move on?
Yes. Sorry, there's like no sound for the clicking on here.
All of Nova depends on us. On you.
Sigh.
Sigh. A very important line of dialogue there. I will be here to guide you to coronation. But the decision you make will ultimately be up.
Okay, Manny, real quick.
Alright.
So you put coordination and
did I do the wrong one
instead of coronation?
Really? Wow. See, this is why I'm bad at spelling things. I'm so good. I did not proofread. But alright. I have already played this before, but since you guys haven't, I will go through the tutorial with you guys. Tutorial.
Okay.
Alright, you will be controlling Elodie, the almost Queen of Nova, as she tries to prepare for her coronation. That's how it's spelled. To do that, she needs to take classes every week in order to raise her skills. The skills she learns will provide different choices and an ongoing plot. Learning the right skills can mean the difference between life and death.
Okay.
You also need to keep an eye on Elodie's mood. With her mother's tragic death, Elodie is not really happy right now. The mood button will take you to the emotions screen for more details. As you can tell, there's a lot of moods. Elodie is feeling both afraid and depressed, but her strongest emotion is depressed. If she becomes more cheerful to cancel out depression, her strongest emotion will then be afraid. So which one
You
is
heard it here first, folks. Depression, just be cheerful.
Just be cheerful, well. So as long as we keep one higher than the rest, we will gain that attribute of emotion. But if they're all in the same line, we get neutral, and there is no buffs or debuffs.
It's just, as the name would imply.
Neutral.
Gotcha.
Elodie's current mood affects her ability to learn, and it will give her bonus to some skills and penalties to others. Let's take a look at the skill screens now. Now, this might be very large.
Before, Martin. This could be overwhelming.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
You have to think of a lot of things when trying to survive as a queen.
We're playing video games. I don't want to think.
But you're not playing video games. You're going to be a queen, Martin.
To be a queen. I'm not
Okay.
ready to be a queen.
Skills are broken into 4 main categories: social, physical, intellectual, and mystical. Inside these categories are skill sets, groups of 3 related skills. You will start with 0 on all skills, which is kind of dumb. I wish I got like a small buff here, because
like
painful.
You obviously wouldn't start out like
Yeah.
knowing absolutely nothing. You'd have to know somewhere or
Yeah.
something.
So every week, Elodie can study 2 skills, and normally she can earn
Jesus.
2 points in a skill for every weekday. So yeah, it's a slow advance. Every week I can only put 10 points into each category. Unless we use the power of mood swings. Yes.
The power of mood swings, huh?
But because Elodie is depressed, she will get a penalty in her social skills.
We're taking
Oh boy.
a whole order.
So can you be put in a hole, or is just the minimum 0?
I believe it will deduct, but since we can take 2 classes per week, I can put both of my classes into speaking and only gain 1 day's worth of learning. So like, if you put 2 classes into one skill that has 0 buffs or debuffs, you will gain 20. But since she has a 2.0 penalty, I'll only gain 10 points for 2 classes.
Okay, but can you could your skills like go into the negative, or is it just
I
0?
don't believe. I think it's only 0. I just don't learn anything.
Gotcha.
Although I haven't actually like tried intentionally to see if I can go negative, but I don't think I've ever pulled it off.
So, hold on. Do you have to, like, have everything here really high to become queen, or do we get to
Not
specialize?
necessarily. I have done like a couple of runs in this, and I've beaten this game twice with 2 separate skill groups and completely different skill sets, as certain endings require certain skills. One of the endings that I did was a strategist. So she was a battle-born princess girl who had maxed out strategy and naval strategy and logistics, who can beat the crap out of you with swords. And I had another one where she did not have any military strategizing or weapon skill. All she was her expression skill was like completely filled. She could seduce you by singing, basically.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, and when we figure out at the end of the game, it's very important that you have certain skills up so you live. But yeah, for this one, it talks about how the bonuses work. So even just a bonus of 1 or anywhere near 1 will help us tremendously. But sometimes her moods I cannot change, and we will have to go through the penalty just to gain necessary points. All of these bonuses and penalties will change when LED's mood changes. She can gain bonuses and skills by studying related skills. Check the skills screen every week to see your current bonuses. Oh my gosh, I can't speak. Once you know your mood, skill bonuses, and penalties, you're ready to choose your classes for the week. The class screen breaks down skill sets by category from your morning and evening classes. When you select the skill set, the 3 options in that set will appear on the right side of the screen. Also, yeah, it goes super in depth for certain of these things. Choose a class option for both morning and evening classes and click the Done button, which will appear at the lower right corner. As you play through the story, you will sometimes see feedback bubbles appearing over the text. These will tell you what is happening behind the scenes. Bubbles like these yellow ones will show you LED's mood being altered by events. Bubbles like these will show you when the story is changing based on what skills LED has learned so far. If these tests fail, there is some option being missed because she does not have enough points in that skill yet. Usually those will show up as blue. And if I actually pass a skill check, it will be pink. This feedback is very helpful in figuring out different options to try. But if you don't want to see it, you can turn the bubbles off in the preference menu, which is very odd, but if you're just that cool and smart, I guess. But it's also, it makes it to where you have to learn everything even harder from scratch. Now let's get ready to become a queen. And it just kind of throws this in here. So
congratulations, you're queen now.
yes.
That's the game. Go home.
Alright, ending the stream. Alright. So we're depressed right now. Gosh.
Looks like you need to find yourself some antidepressants there, man.
Antidepressants.
You kinda depressed there, bud.
Nah, what makes you say that?
So, do we get to change her mood by hiring her a psychologist, or are we just gonna push through this?
We just gotta push through this.
You know, I gotta say, I could never do the thing she's doing with her window there, just having those fucking curtains pulled all the way.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't do that. Like, I'd be paranoid.
I think her room is like on the 3rd or 2nd floor of this castle.
I mean, like, even then, I'd still be like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's quite a cloudy day too.
I quite like it. I like me some rainy days.
Yeah. All right. So we can easily decide we are buffed in expression, so we can do that. We also have animal handling buff. But what do you guys want to do? We can dive ourselves into intrigue and internal affairs. These will all be very important as she is a queen.
Or, hear me out.
Okay.
Warrior queen. Forget strategy, forget diplomacy, just everything physical.
Everything physical. This can be good. We need to be careful because that does have its limitations, as I've experienced.
Gotcha.
Also, some of these things come hand in hand.
We will need to diversify a bit. Mystical as well.
Okay. So,
yes.
Roaming Traveler has clarified that her castle itself is on an island in the middle. There's just, like, definitely going to be, like, no one around.
Yes. But that also means she has a lot of neighbors, as in rival countries and whatnot.
Right, we need to be a strong warrior.
Independent woman.
I'd say perhaps go for the physical, because you're being quite negatively impacted in the social area.
Yes.
So we just, what's the best way to work through depression?
Beat things up.
Punch the shit out of it.
Let's see. Reflexes, if I remember correctly, will be very beneficial, as some of these
punch
physical.
your mental illness.
Yes, some of the physical abilities do go hand in hand, and I feel like we should do reflex training. And
Right.
what do you guys want to put our points into here? Swords, polearms, or archery?
Question. We could just go for swords, right? That's pretty easy.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
This is one of the standard stuff for duels and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
As archery is usually from like competitions.
We should play it safe and just do swords. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Let's do that.
And our first week goes well, hopefully. Week 1 for reflexes. Your teacher walks around you, prodding a finger at you, slowly in order to train you in blocking those touches, without triggering fear or faster breathing.
I'd be hyperventilating.
Swords. In week 1, you take up a wooden sword and practice correct grips and stances. And now we have our first story event.
Yo, wait, is this game gonna like straight up go into detail about how each of our teachers like it educates us?
Yes. And you can learn ciphers in this in the educational area, and it actually does teach you a little bit about ciphers and how they work.
Can't wait to learn how to use a sword alongside Elodie.
All right. What's all that noise outside? Who's here? Oh, it's my cousins and my aunt and uncle. Who wants to be Lucille?
I got you.
Alright.
I got you. Come on, let me think.
Oh, thank you, Roaming
Hold on,
Traveler.
I got-
I did not know that. Roaming Traveler says that since the game never mentions it, in the dialogue boxes, hitting the question mark will show the bio of whoever's talking.
Oh, okay. So yeah, let's look at that here. All right. Husband. Okay. So she has a son and a daughter. All right. Okay.
I believe she has
She is
2.
definitely here to overthrow us.
No. We can't jump
Should
to
I-
that much of a conclusion.
Okay. Should I give her an eloquent voice, or should I be a bit weird and go for it? Darling, we are so terribly sorry to hear you about your mother Fidelia.
I feel like that one would be great.
No one says the word darling without being a bit extra.
All right.
Very good point.
Thank
And it's
you. Roaming Traveler says, I mean, they do call this game the Princess Maker, Game of Thrones edition. Oh man, you're not wrong.
Oh, that's not that really doesn't fill me with confidence.
All right,
Martin?
shall we continue? Oh.
We have a.
Oh yeah, my
this-
stream slightly. I'm watching it on Twitch, so the stream's slightly behind. for me,
yes.
so I might be when a line comes up to me, I might be slow on it. Martin, would you like to play
Be
Laurent?
Lawrence here. Elodie's
Sister.
uncle.
Oh, so he's the one that's related to us.
Yes.
You look well.
Oh yeah, so I bet you like he has no idea, but his wife is definitely the sinister one here.
That is a great like kind of
Standard issue fantasy stuff.
Oh yes. Okay. I think I can be like the rest of the female cast, I guess. I don't.
Oh,
And
go ahead.
we could probably you can be the older women. I don't know.
Yes, hell yeah.
Hi Lottie. I love the nickname she gives her. They basically call themselves the same thing as their names kind of like almost coincide. Hi Lottie, I haven't
Oh,
seen
I
you in
see.
ages. Will you be staying long? Yep, Mommy said we'll be here all month. Ah yes, we're not that depressed anymore.
Oh, hell yeah.
Maybe we'll have some time to talk later. Oh, okay, now we've gone to the middle part of the week. We get to choose what we do on the
whoa.
weekend. Each action will actually give us benefits to our emotions.
Okay.
Although they tend to be, like, sometimes really good at debuffing. And also certain areas like the dungeon could give us some random bits and pieces of information that we wouldn't know in other events.
Okay.
So our options is to talk to our father, attend court, explore the castle, visit the tomb, or attend a service. Ah, really? Oh, nice. Thank you, roaming traveler.
Oh, okay. So you don't have to
Yeah.
hover over it. Oh, that's, okay. All right. That's helpful.
I'm always learning new things.
Interesting.
We should probably get a bit more cheerful.
So if I understood what you were telling us correctly,
Mhm.
you said that our emotions pertain to how well we learn in certain areas.
Yes.
And if we're going like all in warrior queen, we don't really need to worry about feeling good with the intelligent stuff. We can just focus
Although
on
it would be advised that we at least are a little bit book smart in our kingdom. If we want to be physical, we don't want to be just a meat brain of a princess.
I mean,
Thank you for the tarot in the chat, Gavin. I think. Let me see.
And if I remember correctly, if we want to buff our physical with our emotions, we have to be willful. If I think that's the right one, it's willful.
But do we want to get an extra thing of loneliness when we're already depressed?
That is true.
Because
if we look here at if we get depressed, we go down. But if we get the less pressured we are, I think that debuffs our learning for intelligence. I don't remember specifically, but I know yielding will negatively affect our physical work.
Okay, so we might want to refrain from yielding.
We just can't make it too strong. But I know that this first one here.
Alright.
So what is our consensus? Do we lose depression or do we become more willful?
I say we become more willful. I'm gonna play devil's advocate here and just insist that we keep buffing our character out.
Alright.
You know what? I think I agree with Martin here.
Alrighty.
Let's do it.
Just a warning though. Certain areas that we can go to can expose us to danger, especially seeking out.
That won't matter too much if I'm strong.
Gavin says to be depressed.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's sneak out.
Alright, you sneak out of the castle to have a little fun. You enjoy your freedom, but your father won't like it if he finds out. Okay, it seems that we are.
He's not gonna find out. Uh-oh.
We're one away from here, so we might need to make one more week before we become willful. But in the meantime, that still gives us a slight buff. Also, the more you learn in a skill, you get a base buff to that class.
Oh, okay.
So should we continue on with our reflexes in archery, or should we start learning some intellectual things? Big brain.
It would be prudent to start honing our mind. It would be, helpful to be an intelligent queen as well as a strong. But
this but is concerning. What is this but?
I'm reading these skill names here.
Yes.
We don't necessarily need all of the intelligence-based skill, right? Mm-hmm. We only need a couple of them.
We only need important ones that may or may not affect either the kingdom or our livelihood.
Right.
Because you gotta this kingdom is evolving without us, with our input, and it completely depends on our input.
So I'm thinking we go all in with the physical stats, but we focus a little bit on intrigue and military.
Ah. Which one specifically?
Intrigue and military skills.
What sub skill?
Oh, do we have to pick a specific one?
Yes, we can
In
only
that
pick
case,
one.
Strategy and foreign intelligence.
Alrighty. Should we focus? Which one should we focus for this week? If we're gonna put one class into physical.
Okay, so for physical, I would say reflexes, and for our intelligence, and Seth, feel free to chime in at any time.
I'm sitting back, seeing how things are going.
Yeah, like
also,
that.
it does give us a little information of what this one specifically entails.
Oh, okay.
I mean, maybe it would be better to. So, are you saying that we have to pick one of these skills to
We have
focus?
at least for now, because we need to.
For
We
now.
can only choose one at a time.
So I think it would be important for now to be more. Actually, you know what? It'd be more important to be focused on our kingdom itself.
Yeah.
That way, we'd be safe from internal threats, which is the problem right now.
So, right now we can do internal affairs. Would you like to
Yes.
switch that one, or just keep our agility?
And keep reflexes. I mean, if someone's looking to assassinate us, if we have good reflexes, that won't matter.
Mm-hmm.
We can just sort of, dodge arrows. Shit. Maybe I'm giving this game too much credit, but I'm gonna keep doing that until I'm proven wrong.
I mean, you saying dodging assassinations and arrows, but I mean, things happen in medieval times.
I'm thinking what Manny's trying to imply here is onto something here, man.
I sure hope so.
Alright, for week 2 in Eternal Affairs. Until you have children of your own, your maternal uncle, the Duke of Merva, is next in line for your crown. After him would be his daughter, your cousin. So as a roaming traveler stated earlier when we first met him, he is the next one in line if we do happen to die. Which means the queen would be his wife, the aunt that we were already speculating to be evil.
If I were giving this girl insight, I would tell her to, muscle all over her. Completely threaten her uncle.
Dang! I wouldn't say the uncle's the bad one.
Well, this game has set up an atmosphere where we need to be very cautious.
Yes.
So I think that it's important that we present ourselves as confident.
Yeah.
And very capable. And part of that entails, not putting up with anyone's shit.
Yes. But another thing this game will show you is being overconfident will lead to your downfall.
Overconfident, yeah. Being overestimating your ability.
Mhm.
Exactly.
As
But
you
I'm not saying.
do you guys
I'm
hear
not
that
saying-
music?
I do hear that music.
It seems that we're in our first event. Or
Oh,
boy.
danger.
Okay.
I was too busy talking. I wasn't actually paying attention.
What's the commotion
I'll-
outside?
I'll just
Alright,
finish my thought up after this.
Okay. What's that commotion outside, Father? What's going on? Ah, a new character, Juliana. As we can see here, her father is deceased, and she has a brother, the Duke Consort of Mead.
So this character has no ties to anyone we've met so far.
Yes. Also, we have a special what would you say? My brain hurts. I can't. She's a special person. Yes. This being called a lumen means she has magical powers.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Lumens are like magical girls. Ah, yes. As roaming traveler said it, they're like a mage.
Okay.
It seems that she has come to pay respects in honor of her mother, so she must have been tied. Who would like to voice her, though?
Maybe a friend, perhaps.
Yes.
I suppose I should.
All right.
I gotta hold on.
I got this.
Oh.
It's okay.
I have come to pay respects in honor of your mother.
Oh boy.
You have no respect or honor. Because of you and your powers that my wife is dead.
Oh.
It seems
Oh,
that we have
shit.
learned that he's not very fond of Lumen.
Magical women.
Magical women. What?
Ah, shit, I gotta do all the voices now. I am a Lumen, as was she. Oh shit, our mom was Lumen as well.
Yes.
And like every Lumen, I'm willing to give my life if necessary to protect her.
Also, we could learn more about this as what she says, as if we put more of our time into the history tree, and specifically for our country.
I feel like that could be useful.
Could be. Your line has been traitors for 200 years. I won't have you corrupting my daughter.
Gasp.
Egads. My man's married a Lumen and then... Oh, interesting.
Okay, so that is interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is for the crown princess. Just that. Ooh, I like her sad. That is the crown... I may have to change her voice. That is for the crown princess. Elodie, your mother trusted me, and I have much to teach you.
I like this. I like this one. Yeah, it's a good voice.
Okay, this is our first options. We could
Oh, shit.
side with the father and send her away.
You should let her stay. I'm
We could,
interested.
Okay,
yes.
hear me out. On the
Okay.
one hand, our dad does have a point. We do have cause to mistrust them. But if we send her away, now we have a magical girl who has a reason to not like us.
True.
No,
So
we
I
have
s-
to
Well, I
go
mean,
with that.
She still does trust us in the way that she knows our mother, so she's
As
still
the
probably
old-
gonna try to help us.
As the old adage once went, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer.
Mm-hmm.
And until we figure out which one she is, we should keep her around.
All right. Also, if we were to arrest her, we would have a reason to visit the dungeon, as we will send her to the dungeon.
No, let's not arrest her now.
Okay, so
Let's
we
just let her
show
stay.
let her
There's
stay.
no reason to arrest her. I mean,
I'm telling you
it
now,
doesn't seem like the king has any viable reason. Like, there's no. I don't think the king has like any like physical evidence that the mother's death was due to.
Being
Juliana.
a lumen.
the king
Yes.
is running under a guilty until proven innocent mindset.
Yes.
In this case, I don't agree with him. However, I will tell you that if it comes up with our uncle, I will say we should just outright arrest him. Just because I have nothing
You
but...
don't like the uncle at all, and I'm like, don't be
I
so
have-
quick to judge the males here.
That is...
Although, keep it
no,
in
hear me
mind.
out. He's the next in line.
Yes.
Meaning he's the one that other people who are seeking power are going to target.
Maybe.
They're gonna use him against us. So we either shower him in gifts and keep him on our side, or we take him out of the picture.
Oh boy. If only you knew more about this game, Martin.
Like
So many things.
If
you have the right skills, you can go down the right path to get certain things that you speak of.
I'm only, giving my insight based on what I far and my
very
background.
well educated guest for not being educated in this game. Alright. I want to hear what she has to say. She stays. Also, we got Willful for that. We stood against our father.
Dad, I want to get corrupted. I'll get corrupted. Oh, shit. As you wish.
No, I don't like this face he's giving here.
Me neither.
Of course, he is angry with her, so... We still have the option to talk to our father, which we have yet to see.
I guess either be
But
cheerful.
we can also now visit our aunt, and in conjunction our cousin, or we can visit our lady that we have.
Okay, now that
Wait,
you
actually,
give us a
yeah,
real choice,
she's there, and that's her cousin. I had
I
him solved.
kind of want to interact with our uncle.
The uncle.
Because I definitely want to get a vibe for him and see if my assumptions are correct.
All right.
Because I'm saying if they give us any reason whatsoever to doubt them,
Yes.
then we definitely shouldn't.
Okay, so
Wait.
right now, our mood is we are now. Oops, that's the wrong thing. We are now willful. So that is a predominant thing. We should have buffs and different things now.
Interesting.
Also, this one is with question marks, so we don't know what mood changes we will get.
Talking to our uncle?
Alrighty, let us visit Charlotte and the lady, Merva. So I think we have to visit our cousin before we can interact with the others.
Okay.
I love this room. It's so much bigger than mine back home. You should visit more often. It's awfully lonely. It's awful that the only time I get to see you is something like this. I know your brother and sister are still too young, but why haven't you come to school? My mother worries. She doesn't think anywhere but home is safe. Might want to start writing this stuff down. Very ominous that the mother is very there.
I gotta write
Ah.
stuff down. Shit, alright.
I mean, you can just jot it down in your mind. I
So,
understand.
okay.
Mind paper.
Repeat that. You said that her mother...
Took her out of school and doesn't
keeping-
think that anywhere is safe but home.
Okay.
And Roaming Traveler has pointed out that we would still be depressed as they're tied at 3, and it's the furthest left that gets it. It will be on the test. Thank you, Gavin. I understand. I'm probably not going to be allowed to leave this castle until my birthday. You see here. We became 1 cheerful and 1 lonely. Or
Okay.
-1 lonely. But at least we can have fun together here. Alrighty.
So here's the question. What is our current lowest emotion?
Well, in that case, it should be what is our highest emotion. As we became cheerful, depressed is no longer tied with willful. Therefore, we are now willful.
Interesting.
So with willful, we have a boost to intrigue, military, and lumen.
Ah. Okay.
I definitely want to... Considering that our mother had magical talent,
Mm-hmm.
I definitely want to spend at least a little bit of time honing our magical talent.
Yeah, I think it's wise.
Well, here's... do you guys really want to put in a class into that? There is a risk with putting a class into Lumen, at least this early on.
This early on? Oh,
Yes.
I mean, the reason I'd want to is that we have at least a bit of background and start interacting with the Lumen lady.
With Lumen background, it is also, you can put it into Faith. Faith will, it's specifically in lore and other such, will teach you about the Lumen. Which actual Lumen classes is already learning the magic.
Oh. So, we should spend this time... Alright, you mentioned something about having a background in history makes it easier to learn.
Yes.
So maybe
at least for Lumen,
my-
it's lore, I believe.
Perhaps my callous disregard for historical learning was misplaced. And oh, dude, because I want to... I think we should, right now, with Manny's help, obviously, we need to pick a couple things to completely ignore. I think we should specialize.
Okay.
Because, first of all, I think it'd be fun if we just, like, have a complete weakness in one area that we have to work around. And 2, if we ignore one thing, that's extra points we get to put into something else.
Gotcha.
What do you think, Manny? You're the expert here.
I'm basically just an amateur, but yeah. Knowing what you're going to give up is really essential for this.
Okay, that is a good
But even then, you want to know a little bit in it. Just so you
I'd say
get a grasp.
mostly fuck royal demeanor.
Okay, yeah, no wig. I agree.
Well, you actually go ahead. I'm gonna let you guys try to discover this since I've already played a couple of runs, although they may have been a couple years ago.
Okay, hold on. Let me look through these real quick. I accidentally minimized.
Royal demeanor is, as it says here, composure, elegance, and presence. They affect whenever you're in a conversation with
presence.
someone.
I think
Hold
composure and presence are the more important.
I
ones.
think that. So we don't need to worry about manners, but we do need. I think presence. Okay, so I don't. Okay, better idea.
I can give you an example for.
Become sort of. Sorry, what was that?
I can give an example for whenever presents come up.
Could you? So we can have an idea of what each thing.
With presents, it's like, yeah, just when you're in the room, how much people will actually mind you, and whenever you say something, if they're willing to take it to heart. Like if you tell someone, "Get out of my castle," if you have zero presence, they're like, "Who is this small child?"
Yeah. Who is this baby talking to me?
Because if we're just strong, but we don't have the presence to back up that strength, then we're gonna be executing a lot of people because no one's gonna care that we tell them to leave just because we're a beefy.
Yes.
Okay,
I wish I could have said the same, Romer. I think I've only gotten 30% in this game, maybe 40.
So we should pick one category to ignore. I'm electing animal handling. What do you think, Seth?
Yeah, I agree.
That seems one that could be interesting to specialize in, but overall doesn't seem like one that will be as important to focus on.
Definitely.
And then we need to, for the rest of them, I think we should select one skill in each of these trees.
Yeah, I feel like we've already gotten the right thing down in agility. I feel like dance and flexibility aren't quite as important as reflexes.
Right. I'm saying we pick one in each of these categories to completely
flexibility will be kind of useful.
Because I'm thinking, I'll just give you my thoughts, starting from the top. From the top, presence is most important and elegance is least important.
Yeah, got you. Agreed.
For conversation, I would say public speaking is most important and court man least important.
Yeah.
For expression, voice is most important and decoration is least important.
Yes.
For agility,
I will give you some help in court manners. That will jurisdict what she says. So that's the equivalent of either not saying yes ma'am. You'd be like yes or yeah or other stuff like that. You would speak more common to people of higher status rather than speaking according to them.
If we're intimidating the fuck out of all the nobles, it doesn't matter if we're talking.
You just want to be a dictator as a queen.
Well, no, I'm not. No, I think you're misunderstanding my intention. I'm not saying dictator. I'm saying we're a kid. No one's gonna care about us, no matter how flattering how.
Oh, I see. You're gonna make them want to care about us from physical strength rather than our actual image.
They won't care about us no matter how proper we are. So if they're not gonna care, they need to be afraid.
Dang.
It's the keys to power, you know?
Yes.
If they're not gonna respect you, they may as well fear you.
But I feel like we are getting on a little bit of a tangent of what we're going to do and what should we focus on for this week in particular.
Okay. I do still okay, I'm gonna finish my thought so we can
yes.
at least get the rest of this off my chest. But I still maintain that court manners is the least important one there. For physical stats, under agility, reflexes obviously most important, and dance least important.
Mm-hmm.
Just for the character I'm building in my head here, again, you guys feel free to interject.
So far I'm going completely right along with.
Swords most important, polearms least important. Athletics, I would say running is the most important, and climbing is the least important.
You'd say climbing's the least important?
I feel like
you gotta keep in mind the kingdom is on a lake.
Oh yeah, that is true.
On a lake?
It's in the middle of a lake, I believe. I think that's what Roaming Traveler said.
I would still.
Also, we do have a navy.
if I'm ranking them one,
Okay. Yeah.
yeah, if I'm ranking them 1, 2, 3, 1 running, 2 swimming, 3 climbing.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
For
Or
animal
river,
handling,
yes.
we said we're gonna neglect that one.
Yes.
So if I'm still gonna, I would say Falcons is the only one I would worry about putting any stake in. For intellectual, for history, I would say shit. I don't really know.
All three of those are important, I would say, but you still have to rank, if you were to rank them.
If I were to rank, I would say, fuck. Yeah, okay. No, world would be most important, and foreign affairs would be least important.
Oh, okay. So we have.
Because you get to learn about your people with Novin, then
We
you
have-
learn about the entire world as a whole with world, and foreign affairs tends to go with the country surrounding Nova.
Who do we? So Novin is who in our kingdom do we need to be concerned about? Foreign affairs is who elsewhere do we need to be concerned about? And world is just what was the world like before, so
And
we can figure out
currently.
what. So we can figure out what it will be like today. Yeah. But if I had to rank them 1, 2, 3, I would say Novin 1, World 2, Foreign 3. For intrigue, I would say shit. Yeah, no. Internal affairs 1, foreign intelligence 2, ciphering 3.
Okay.
For medicine, shit, dude. Like what? Battlefield 1 and poison.
Because
Economic.
there's a good chance we might get poisoned, right?
Yes.
Yes.
There is a great chance you might get poisoned.
So
So we might want to
especially-
know.
Poison would be 2, actually. Fuck. Okay. Would poison be 1? You make a good point. Poison 1, Battlefield 2, Herb 3.
Yeah, yeah, actually, yeah, I think we do. Yeah, let's do poison 1 because if we end up dying, then like, even though the game will probably end after us dying, like if we think beyond the game, like
Or beyond that
Once
event, particularly.
yeah, beyond that event, once
If
we're
we-
dead, then like
If we survive the poisoning, we'll be able to figure out who made the poison, poisoned us, and beat their ass, right?
No, the thing is, you have to make sure you have the intellect to back up your suspicions, or at least to figure out the clues, you could say.
True. For economics,
As you would know you got poisoned, but you won't have certain things to know about it.
I'm thinking production or trade.
Also, economics is in itself is very important as you are the head of an entire kingdom. And all three will go hand in hand.
yeah, I can't really say.
Also,
that.
something that I've forgotten to point out earlier is that your skills will cap at 50 until the rest of your skills have reached a minimum of 25. Then from that point on, can they go up to the maximum of 100.
Okay.
And we can only train 2 skills a day?
Yes.
God, this is stressful.
'Tis the life of a queen.
How many weeks do we have?
I believe 36 or more.
Okay.
Or 40. I don't remember.
This might have become more of a long-term thing. So next Friday, Manny, we might be visiting.
We might
this-
need to, yes.
My brain is telling me to specialize,
Yes.
but the amount of time we have is telling me to generalize.
But you just gotta be, you also have to count in, like what Roman Traveler just stated. Mood bonuses will come very much handy, and the more the points we put into skill, the more the skill itself is genuinely buffed.
Okay.
So the more time we spend on something, the easier it is to raise it?
Yes, as already we've put in enough to have a buff of 0.031 in physical. Since
Okay.
we
Not
put
yet,
3
Gavin,
classes.
but we'll definitely have to continue this next Friday.
Yeah, I know. You have my attention with this game now. I won't lie. I'm actually gonna continue pondering what I was saying before.
Truly,
Yeah,
I
actually-
wonder what ending we will get.
I will say, okay, I am number one. My biggest thing right now is I really want to be warrior, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because my brain tells me that, given the circumstances, we need
Yes.
to be very strong and commanding. We can't. There's no time to
Which
be.
I can't fault you at all. That is something that is a genuine concern you can be with, and is as it's there, it's a path that we can take.
Yeah, I don't want anyone thinking for even a second that we're an easy target. So as long as we're, proving every day that we have this throne and it isn't going anywhere, you know?
Yeah. I'm getting kind of this mental image in my head of the three of us sitting at like a really fancy table, but we're all in like pajamas or something.
Wearing it like a suit and tie, but it's a t-shirt.
Yeah.
Yes. Alrighty.
So where did we leave off? It was
leave-
economics, right?
Yes.
Yeah, economics.
We
I
have
can't
3 more
say
here.
I can't say any one of those is more important than the others.
Yeah, they all just pretty much factor into each other.
For military, I would say, we have a navy, so it's not like we can shrug off our naval training because
Yeah.
if we don't know how to command our boats.
Oh, also, certain having certain knowledge will help us in the military, especially if the moment arises that our country is being under attack. We might need to enlist more. We need to have the right knowledge in, let's say, logistics and maybe trade or accounting.
I can't say any of those are more important than the others.
Also, we
either.
could go into classes and read specifically what each one of them about.
Yeah, but that's too much for now. Right now, I just want to generally get my thoughts out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna force myself to pick, and I'm gonna say 1, 2, 3, strategy 1, naval 2, logistics 3.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Because
Yeah,
the strategy
yeah,
only
obviously.
entails to land combat, and if you can
Oh, does
beat,
it?
yes,
So it's not an overall thing.
It's not just general.
Well,
Okay,
yes,
logistics 1, naval combat 2, strategy.
naval will always be to achieve victory at sea, and logistics is just being able to move supplies, both land and sea.
Exactly. If we're capable of keeping our soldiers supplied, then strategy stops mattering. Because if our soldiers, we just need to make every battle a battle of attrition.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think the game's gonna get that in depth, but my intuition tells me that if we're better at keeping our soldiers supplied, then all we have to do is wait out the enemy.
Right. Okay.
Especially if we're on an island.
Yeah.
That's
or I
pretty-
think I think I might have said that wrong. We are near a river.
I can scroll up.
I believe we are on a river, so one
It's
side of our
also-
country is facing water.
It's by itself on an island in the middle of a huge river. That's what Roaming Traveler has said earlier in the stream. So we are on an island in the middle of the river, a huge river.
Okay, so naval's a little bit less important then. We're not like on the ocean. We're just on a river.
Yes, but I believe our castle is situated near the river itself. So if we were to be attacked, a good point to attack us is the water.
Yeah, exactly.
So we need to make sure our naval. Okay, but yeah, that's where I'm putting my foot down. Naval 1, logistics 1, naval 2, strategy 3.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Mystical,
Um,
divination 1, lore 2, meditation 3.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if the Han, can you repeat that?
Divination 1, lore 2, meditation 3. Because if what I divination is what this game thinks divination is, then we don't need to fight any wars because we'll just see them coming.
You're right on the money. Divination is the signs of things what the future might hold.
Okay. So
If you're telling me that we can specialize in fucking fortune telling,
I mean, I
Then
might be telling you that.
nothing else is important. If we can literally know everything before it happens,
But you still have to be able to act on it. You might know it's coming, but
true, okay, and I'm not gonna pretend like this game's gonna make it so that we can see every single outcome and then know exactly how to.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need to be smart if you can guess it numbers of times, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you go back to the
Skills?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So I don't know if the game would like take this into account, like take this like logical kind of step I'm taking in my head right now, but I feel like we should invest in faith, especially in like kind of like the background and the history of it before we invest in actually doing the magic.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, like, why would you do something without knowing how it works and like what it is?
Yes.
Its history. Although, like I said, I don't know if the game would actually take that like super realistic approach on that thought process that I just had.
Yeah. And for the final one, resist magic 1, sense magic 2, wield magic 3.
Okay.
Because if what our father said holds any water, and a magic person killed our magic mom, then being able to resist magic seems sort of prudent.
That's a great thought process for that.
After all, if a magic
As well as
person
sensing
tried
it
to
too.
kill us, sort of counterspell their spell. we've
Counterspell their spell.
All right. Let's.
So
all right,
with
so
that
what do we
entire
wanna do
breakdown,
this week?
yeah.
Yeah. What do we want to do this week?
Let's put our physical skills down for a second
Okay.
and do
We have a buff to intrigue and a major debuff to history and economics.
so in that case we'll do one thing in intrigue and one thing in lumen because we have a buff there.
Are you sure?
Well, no. One thing in intrigue, and I'm gonna have to leave that to the rest of you guys because I just got called away.
Okay.
I'll be back though.
Yes.
So I agree with Martin on intrigue.
Mhm.
Might as well do it while we have the buff. Let's see. I say we go ahead and do poison.
Poison? All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which should we do in intrigue? Let's see. We have a bit of internal affairs going on.
Yes, we have 10 points in internal affairs.
I
We
think
still have
maybe
4 in
we might wanna
intelligence
go
to put
4 in
into.
intelligence. I think we might want to put in 1 in 4 in intelligence.
Alrighty. Should we wait to continue the week when Martin gets back, or should we just continue?
Let's go ahead and continue.
Alrighty. Week 3 of poison. The first treatment for most ingested poisons is to purge the stomach by forcing the victim to eat powdered charcoal, which can absorb dangerous substances. I did not know that. So for our 4 in intelligence with our bonus of willful, we learn that the current Duke of Sedna is 26 years old and is unmarried. He might be considered a good marriage prospect for you, if we desire stronger ties with the domain of Talassi. Of course, we have not learned about them, as we have not put any information to the world category.
Also, my moral compass is saying fuck that.
Well, you gotta keep in mind, that doesn't really apply much to this, as it is, medieval-ish times. Alright. He loves me, he
okay.
loves me not.
Who could she be referring to?
Lottie, do you have a boyfriend? Not really. I just like to play with flowers.
Bullshit. Okay. Damn.
All of a sudden, the Duchess of Ursel rushes into the garden and points a sword at you.
What the fuck?
No,
Shit.
not at you. At your feet? Princess, don't move. What do we do? Do we hold still or do we look down?
She said don't move, so I would say...
And she didn't point the sword at us.
Yeah, it was at the ground, so I'd say hold still.
Alrighty. Our composure failed.
Oh no, fuck.
You want to hold still, but you don't have the composure to hold your position without peeking. You look down where her sword is pointing. There's a snake in the grass! You can't help it. You squeal and jump back. The snake tenses and prepares to strike. We've become one afraid. No!
Yeah.
Your cousin pushes you aside, and the snake fangs sink
Oh
into
my
her leg.
God.
Bloody!
Jesus Christ.
Too late. Juliana? I think that's how it's pronounced. Sword swings and cuts off the snake's head. Uh-oh. Would you take the honors?
Oh no, and this is gonna okay. Well shit, what did I give her?
You gave her the sassy tone. The over-the-top sassiness.
What is going on out here? I don't know, I don't remember exactly how I did that.
Your daughter's been bitten by a milk viper. They're poisonous. Get her to a herbalist right away. Oh, it's bolded. A bolded eye. Would you like me to take over?
Give me a second.
Alrighty.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. I will treat my daughter. I certainly can trust anyone here to keep her safe. I'm sorry. I don't feel so good. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Oh no.
We will be returning home to Merva immediately.
Hey, you know what? That's not that.
It's not that bad.
It's not that bad. Okay.
Your aunt has a point.
Oh.
Milk vipers are not native to this area.
Oh.
The snake should have never been here. Someone may have tried to kill you. Will Charlotte be okay? I don't know.
Oh, she's dead.
And that is the end of the event.
Interesting. Okay. I say we choose an activity and then we close it off for here because I don't think Martin's going to be back.
I see.
But yeah, we should definitely keep this going.
Yes.
Next Friday.
We've only made it to week 4 out of many. It seems we are currently willful.
Okay.
We can either become more willful, or we can start evening it out to mainly get another predominant one, which will probably end up being afraid.
What is? There's a few of the things that we wanted to invest in that are being negatively impacted at the moment. So I say we need to go back to the moods.
Yes.
We need to get that afraid up.
Oh wait, it's currently tied with willful, meaning that we are afraid.
Okay, so we should get willful up even more.
If we gain more willfulness, we become dominantly willful, which means we'll continue our debuffs to world and economics.
Oh, okay.
But if we continue with afraid or decrease willful, we will stay afraid and have new buffs and debuffs.
Man, this is...
You have to think like at least 2 steps ahead with this game.
Damn it, I kind of wish we had Martin here now. I'm not used to thinking 2 steps ahead in like the context of this type of game.
For now though, if we decrease our willfulness or increase our afraid, we will have new debuffs and buffs to worry about.
Okay.
Because we can also subtract willfulness by getting yielding, which can be done by attending court. Or playing with our toys.
You know what? Let's play with our toys.
Okay.
Court sounds like a fucking bummer.
Besides playing with the toys, we can visit the Lumen lady. Because we have yet to visit her yet, and we have yet to speak to our father.
You know what? Actually, let's visit her. Because you know we don't know what it's gonna give us, but also after that encounter, I feel like we should talk to her.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, let's visit her.
Visit her we shall.
Yeah.
What is it that you wanted to teach me? First, I need to know if you have your mother's crystal.
You're a wizard.
You're a wizard, Harry. What crystal? We have failed the lore test.
Oh fuck.
The source of a power for any lumen is a particular magic crystal. Once you have bonded with it, it becomes a part of you for as long as you live. The royal crystal has been passed down from ruler to ruler for generations. It belongs to you now, except that king may have been keeping it from you.
Ah.
Do you have a crystal? Of course. Ooh, she holds out her hands. A light flickers above her bosom, and then, with a shower of sparkles, something takes shape. That is her lumen crystal.
Interesting.
You reach out to it, and it dissolves away into nothing. Oh, it belongs to me. No one else can take it from me until I die. You need to find the crystal that belongs to you.
Okay.
So with that, I guess I can technically disclose we cannot learn any of the Lumen skill tree until we possess the Lumen crystal.
Okay. So it looks like we got a bit of a debuff to our intrigue.
Yes.
But at least we got a bit of stuff in there. Our economics one is gone, though.
Yes,
That's
and
good.
our history.
And our history. That's good. That's good.
We now have a buff, however, to our physical.
Ooh.
Being afraid is very odd for agility, but you don't want to get hit.
Okay, well, I say
Our
we
faith
leave
has
off
also gotten a buff there, too.
for next Friday.
Yes.
So next Friday, I guess for right now we can designate. I mean, obviously, since we're continuing this, Friday will be a designated U day.
Yes.
But Fridays could be your game day. And kind of can't do a Martin game day for a bit until he can actually get a PC that can stream and stuff. But
yes.
So, with that being said, we will be continuing this next Friday. We'll be streaming Sunday. Probably a game called Enter the Gungeon. And then our other streaming day is Wednesday. So, with that being said, I think we can end stuff off for
Alrighty,
now.
I will make sure to save real quick. I believe that's menu. You can already see that I have a couple of saves here, but from way long ago. We need to save a game in this empty slot. What should we call this one? Should we just call it the part-timers?
Yeah, we can just call it that.
Alrighty. With that,
Alrighty.
let us return to the title screen. And okay, so we have been the part-timers, and if we look at the time, seems our break is done.
Yeah.